our baseball insider, Bob Nightingale, the legend from USA Today, back on C2C. Bob, I want to start with this. The Chapman deal. We were just talking, you and I, off air about Snell. He threw 43 pitches today and then never came out for the second inning. You almost think it's because of what? And then do you think Chapman's deal, well, obviously it's a good deal for Chapman getting $150 million. Do you think he's worth that kind of money in 6 years?
Yeah, I think he may be. Just he plays great defense. He showed clubhouse leadership, steady guy, 22 home runs. So, yeah, I mean, if someone had offered that to him last winter, he would have signed. I think the Blue Jays were around 110, 120 at one point and never got what he wanted. So, yeah, great deal for him. And I think that he knew that, hey, he wasn't going to do any better in the free agent market. And the Giants at least can get that solved without worrying about third baseman, because there are not too many third basemen out there. Alex Bregman is about it.
So that's like a market value type of deal. I don't think he's spectacular or anything. I don't think he's bad. Is that just market price?
I think so. $25 million a year probably is market price. It means Alex Bregman from the Astros will get over that. At one point, I think he was thinking 300. That's not going to happen. But I think it kind of paves a way for him to get, around the $200 million mark from somebody, because there's still about 4 or 5 teams out there that need third baseman.
You don't think people want Snell in the East Coast? Why is that? And they're finished. They're 8.5 games out of the wild card. They're finished.
I think they just worry about him. I mean, when he went to San Diego, he said there was a lot of pressure leaving Tampa. And let's face it, I mean, San Diego is still a small market team and not much pressure. We saw what happened in the first half of this year. Kind of felt the pressure. I know he missed spring training. So I just think teams worry about how is the guy going to react. I mean, it's a different animal, particularly in Boston and Philly. So you got to be a special guy to be able to handle that. And we've seen so many guys can't handle that pressure in Philly, Boston, New York. And I think the jury's out on him, whether he can do so. Obviously, he's had a lot of bad first halves. You're paying the same kind of money. And, if you don't perform first half, your team can be out of the race the second half. And there's no pressure at all right now on, what's going on with the Giants because they're out of the race.
So you talk about San Diego, and you're obviously in Phoenix, and the Diamondbacks, I think, have been unbelievable. Texas is toast. They went to the World Series. They won it all against Arizona. But here's Arizona again. They're in that second slot, and San Diego has as many wins as the vaunted Yankees, who, let's face facts, we've been running clips of Aaron Boone for months saying where we want to go. We're not where we need to be where we need to go. He's got more one-liners than a comedian, this guy, and they never get it done at all, ever. And the Padres have as many wins as they do.
Yeah, I tell you what, Mike Shilda's done a great job there. I mean, they're actually a better team without Soto than they were with them. But, no Soto, no Josh Hader, the all-star closer, no Blake Snell, no Seth Lugo, no Michael Wacha. And, man, they come back all the time. I read they already have 13 more comeback wins already this year than they had all last year. Last year, they were down 2 runs. They quit. This team comes back. We saw last night, big 5-run comeback. Now they got a great bullpen. The Dodgers say the team they kind of fear, well, not say fear, but worry about the most is Arizona Diamondbacks. It's a loaded team, best offense in baseball right now. Phillies are very streaky. Diamondbacks can play with anybody. So they're the team to watch, I think, in the National League playoffs.
So I want to, before I leave Arizona, I want to ask you, you go out there a lot. You went to those Pirate games. You told me, how often do you like to go watch them play baseball? Like, you go everywhere, being the national beat guy that you are, the best in the business. But how often when you're home do you, go to those games regularly?
Yeah, if I'm in town, I'll go to just about every game and see what's out there. Whether we're talking visiting team or the Diamondbacks. makes it more fun with the balanced schedule. But yeah, they're a good team. You remember now, they were winning without 3 top guys. They're still without Ketel Marte, who was their MVP candidate for a long, long time. Still without the catcher Marino, and just got back Christian Walker, who probably one of the best all-around first basemen in the game. If the Mets don't bring back Alonso, I could certainly see Christian Walker playing for the Mets.
Walker kills the Dodgers. He's got like all those home runs against LA. He owns them. I think they play him again 4 games. I could be wrong, but that could be significant here at the end of the season. Let me go back to one thing with San Diego really quick, and it's the Merrill chase with Skeens for that Rookie of the Year. Now, I don't even want to guess that you're going to tell me Merrill deserves it, because I'm going to reach through that TV and grab you by the ear, pull your earlobe off, because I like what Skeens has captivated baseball this year, the entire year. And the All-Star weekend was about him. The All-Star game was about him. And he did a great job. And then everybody said he was going to get shut down and everything else. And yet, the only time that team ever wins is when he's pitching. And then the next night out, they get no hit. I mean, do you think that the kid playing 7 days a week, Merrill, is better than him? I still think that Skeens is a bigger story, because I don't think anybody – now, I love San Diego. You know that. My kid goes to San Diego State. But no one gives a rat's ass about San Diego anywhere else.
Maybe I'll pull my own ear so you don't have to pull them. I agree with you. Skeens is a much bigger story. Love the whole Air Force connection, living at the Air Force Academy for 4 years. Love what it's all about, the Academy of Life. Certainly the best story in baseball. Rookie of the Year, it's going to be a runaway. It is going to be, Jackson Merrill. This kid has never played outfield in his life. They told him in spring training, we don't have room for you at shortstop. Go try center field. He's probably the MVP of that team. He may get some, lower MVP votes. I think he's going to run away with the MVP. Remember now, he's doing this every single day. Skeens has had, 18 starts, 19 starts. This kid played, he's going to play over 145, 150 games and been lights out. They would not be in the playoff position without him. So, it's not Skeens' fault he plays for a team that's losing, but you got to give this kid credit for helping a team get in the playoffs.
I will never forget the game that they were up 10-3, and I had them on the run line, laying a run and a half, and they gave up, like 6 runs in the ninth inning or something, and they lost 14-10 to the Cubs. I wanted to vomit. All right, let me ask you really quick. Respectfully, I got a minute. The Mets have been on fire. And do you think they're going to get the last wild card, or will it be the Braves?
I'm going to Atlanta again. I know they're hot, but you know what? You look at that schedule. They still got, 3 or 4 games against Atlanta in Atlanta. I want to say they got 7 more games against the Phillies. Atlanta knows how to win down the stretch. The Mets don't. We all remember the Mets coughed it up a couple of years ago. Atlanta came back and won the division. So I'll take Atlanta. And they're dangerous. I mean, Chris Hill, what a gift. People talk about Babe Ruth being the worst trade in Red Sox history. It might be Chris Hill right behind him going to Atlanta.